We don't bother nobody. 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 We just chill, we just smoke. And though the battle been uphill, we up still. So high we can't come down. We can't come down. It's too fly, the dope's too pure. Got the crowd ODing on the showroom floor. Whoa, we saying we can't come down. We can't come down.
I wonder how high is too high. And did we reach these crazy heights from being too fly? I think we might have broken the mold while we sitting back and flipped the track right out to orbit, never coming back. So now we soaring through the void, slightly annoyed, trying to avoid destruction and all these asteroid obstructions. Wonder when we'll be home, rezone from these clones that never measure up, so they be low and regrow at too fast of a rate to beat people. Just trying to leave enough standing up for the sequel. Just a couple good guys out to crush evil. I swear to myself that the default is peaceful. Trying to be a good man and carry the weight. Oh, while we elevate past the goals that we make. Overpower my plate, trying to decimate these trials of fate. If you're trying to catch me down, you can line up and wait.
We just chill, we just smoke. And though the battle been uphill, we up still. So high we can't come down. We can't come down. It's too fly, the dope's too pure. Got the crowd ODing on the showroom floor. Whoa, we saying we can't come down. We can't come down. I'm sitting in my cliff top spit shop, mind on hip hop, workhorse, clip clop, crowds like shit's hot, spit shines, hip hop, it's mine. Had a got his watch out, it stopped, it's time. Alice reference, I'm the deafest, y'all are just a deficit, a deprecate and defecate, and rinse and then a replicate. When weapons wait for no man, I'm probably a problem, anomaly, the reason all your posse playing possum. I'm an asshole, but possibly I'm awesome. I will match you on a session if you brought some smoke. Only measured from the sky up, the distance from you to space. Left earth without a trace. Look down, what a waste. Sparse beauty, turn the place nasty, a trash heap. I ain't coming back, you the sunset and backbeat. Soft skin, buckets in the breeze, got me ashy. No come down, no burnout, got drive, but I'm past sleep. We just chill, we just smoke. And though the battle been uphill, we up still. So high we can't come down. We can't come down. It's too fly, the dope's too pure. Got the crowd ODing on the showroom floor. Whoa, we saying we can't come down. We can't come down. We don't bother nobody. 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 We don't bother nobody.
Huzzah! What's up, y'all? Sorry we're a little late. We had some technical difficulties getting in here. It's all good. We got Jacob backstage waiting for us. We'll bring him up in a minute. We're gonna get the stream with audio only. What? Not sure what that means. Message came up there. Just doing a couple shares. 2-3 shares maybe. Try and bog everything down. And there we go. Our logo. We want our logo up in the corner, I guess. Not sure what's up with that. Turn this down a tiny touch. Working off my phone with the shitty old working on my phone with the shitty old audio because my phone's all fucked up, remember? So bear with me here. Thought I'd have it figured out with getting the new laptop and everything here. What's going on with this phone? Put me in the middle. I'm getting know, like where the phone is new, because I've been using the computer. I'm like, where is it? There it is. Get it settled up right. Why am I? Okay. Are we all good, Waylon? Does everything sound good and everything else? Fuck.
Sound great, bro.
All right, there it is. We got some tunes here in the background. How's everybody doing? Get those shares out. Everybody put some hearts and some fire emojis in the comment section for our friend Jacob. We're going to bring him up in a second. I'm going to put up a numbers thread. And trying to get this centered so that, there we go. Get my energy mat going. I got my special shirt on tonight. My special shirt. My special shirt. I wanted to show you a close-up of a couple things, but I'm not going to be able to do that now. We're just gonna work on the fly here. And I apologize immensely, Jacob. I know you're back there listening, for the mix-up at the beginning. We thought we had her going, but, you know, working with duct tape and black tape and all this other fucking shit that never fucking works out. This means the world to me. This means the world to me. I seen them and I wanted one so bad. I messaged my good friend Cindy through the jigs and reels somehow. And anyways, this got out. This is the Velcro Green Bastard patch. This is amazing. I love this thing. If you can see my phone, which I'm using now, I can't show you the backdrop. It's a picture of me as Bubbles. I'm wearing my Bubbles shirt. Yeah. So, folks, Jacob's got some awesome art going. He sent me an awesome package with some art. And BT dude, couple awesome stickers for the collection right there. And if you want to check out Jacob's art, you can find him on Instagram. I gotta go to my Instagram over here. I'm not sure if you can post up your Instagram if you're watching. He's watching backstage, so he's not really on Facebook. I forget the Instagram name, and it's on my phone. But if Waylon, I'm not sure if you can get backstage or talk to get the Instagram link there. I would like to see some of the Instagram pictures of some of his art. I'm going to crank a bong hit here now. And we're going to bring Jacob up. I guess, fuck it. We could bring Jacob up now and we could crank a bong hit and a dab together for the rest of the show. So, without further ado, folks, Jacob Collins from Trailer Park Boys.
Yo, what's up? What's
How
going
are
on,
you?
JFrost? Good.
Just trying to come down from that terrible experience 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, dealing with technical issues can spike the old blood pressure a little.
Yeah, and well, there it is. You can find Jacob on Instagram right there, Jacob Collins, TPB. Yeah, tons of cool art. If you're one of those people that wasn't aware Jacob did his own art and stuff like that, you're gonna be amazed. You're gonna love his art. And I'm thinking now. I had to ask you this: did you do art covers for? It's a reggae band from Newfoundland, and I want to.
The Idlers.
The Idlers.
So I think I did indeed. Yeah. When they first started, I was living in Newfoundland and knew like a couple of the band members, and then got to know them all. But yeah, I did all their art, at least like for most of the years.
Yeah, that's really cool. I have a couple that are a radio show at MUN for 3 years and into the music community, and I had them on, and I got their CD then. Idlers.
Yeah, awesome.
All my questions prepared, written down, are all on my phone in my notes right there.
Well, you have to go. How's your memory? Better than mine,
I don't know.
hopefully.
You hide or questions probably.
Yeah, exactly. Let the weed do the talking.
Yep. Yo, Jacob, you were my first cousin. Someone says Bret Hart. Let's see here.
My first cousin.
No, their first cousin. You worked with their first cousin.
All right.
Without a name, it's going to be hard to say yes or no. But I'm
Well,
sure
say hi for me. I'll
Definitely.
take it on their authority.
I know one of the questions that I got from multiple people was for me to say, "Come on, Jacob, give us a bam."
Oh yeah, we can get a bam out of the way nice and early. Bam, everybody. Welcome to Cannabis Corner.
Oh my! Do you prefer like joints or bong hits or doing dabs?
Joints usually. I just smoked a big joint backstage there, so I'm feeling pretty good after a long day's work.
Primed out. Another thing I got too was from a few people was not so much a question, but a comment and more, I guess, to like talk about it. The scene where the horse kicks you through the fucking the barn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was a fun one.
Made laughs. I guess that helps me with one of my questions is what was one of your favorite, you might hear a bit of a torch now because I'm flaming out, but what was your favorite, your favorite episode, like your favorite, I guess I would say your favorite scene, but your favorite scene would be in your favorite episode, I would imagine. So
yeah, it's hard to tell. Like there were so many sort of crazy scenes that were so fun to shoot. It really is hard to say. Like doing the piss jug scene in the movie. Was that in Don't Legalize It when there was like the trap door behind a urinal? Like that was pretty awesome going into a fake, backroom piss extraction setup. But like fucking around in the woods in season 7 was great. Hanging out with that horse was pretty good. That was definitely like got the adrenaline pumping a bit, like standing behind a horse, and they assured me it wouldn't actually kick me, but you never do know with the big ass horse.
well, anything could probably spook them, right? And if you're in the blast zone,
Yeah, you get fucked right up.
Was there an element of like animal trainers and animal people there working
Totally. Yeah. There was like even when they had like a raccoon or like Willy Goat, like there was an animal trainer there. So yeah, like it was all like above board and professional in that regard. I mean, sometimes the animals were not that professional, but again, animals for you.
Yeah,
the horse thankfully was.
So how awkward was it wearing that neck thing?
It was, yeah. I never really got used to that. Yeah, the fake halo. But I mean, it was, at least I got to take it off at the end of the day, or between like scenes if there was enough time. But I would have it on for like long periods of time as we were like shooting multiple takes of a scene.
Did that help kind of get in character? Like
it did. It actually corrected my posture. Probably it's probably like I've lost all the correction, but yeah, like it kind of like controlled me in a certain way. Yeah. I hadn't really thought about that in a while, but I can feel the thing on me now almost. Flashing back.
That's awesome. What was your like favorite Rickyism? Did he come up with a lot of those on the spot, or did he write those in script?
They would often be scripted, but he would also come up with stuff on the fly. He's pretty sharp cookie, Rob Wells.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's so many good ones. I really haven't seen the series in so long that I don't know a lot of the Rickyisms offhand, but like ones I like the most are, or often use are, Worst Case Ontario is a classic. Two Birds Stoned at Once is another, classic. One of those prints there with Ricky smoking the joint and the two birds, as you may or may not have noticed, is the two birds stoned at once. Rickyism in a pictorial form.
It's water under the fridge.
Yeah, that's a good one too. But yeah, there's really so many.
Did you?
I should do another another Rickyism print.
Did you get to meet Snoop?
I did get to meet Snoop. It was we only had one scene though in like together. So yeah, I didn't have as much overlap as a lot of other characters. As I recall, me and Corey, walk into Julian's bar. I think he had a bar or of some sort.
Yep.
And yeah, Snoop was sitting there and sort of offhandedly made fun of me and Corey. And so yeah, it was an honor to get made fun of by Snoop.
Snoop, right? Bubbles walks up and he's like, "Dude, is that just regular weed in that? Because I can't feel my fucking legs." Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fun to watch him in action. Dude's got a natural, sort of presence about him, and definitely he had Bible Hill Estates, trailer park, all a buzz.
Buzzing, yeah. I'd imagine. I believe one of the questions was something like what was it like to work with Corey? And I remember meeting Corey in Sault Ste. Marie in 2000 and excuse me, I want to say 7 or 6. He was on tour with a punk band.
Oh wow, no way.
Yeah, he was touring with the punk band, and I got to sit down and meet with him and interview him a little bit, and he did an autograph for me. Corey, fuck right off, Frosty. Right.
Awesome. Was Corey their dancer, or what was he doing in the band?
I think it was
I'm kind of joking. He is a dancer, so he could be their dancer if he wanted to be. There probably was dancing.
That's fucking hilarious. But I think he was a bass player. I think at the time.
I had no idea he played music.
I want to say bass. I want to say he played bass with this punk band. If you I don't know if you talk to him a lot or how close you guys are, but if you remember, it's something to ask him because it was around 2007 or something like that, and he was touring, and I met him in Sault Ste. Marie, but I don't know where they toured, how far it was, where it was.
Yeah. What were you doing in Sault Ste. Marie?
I'd moved there 2005, and at the time I was doing college. I had a little website that I was working on called Sioux Radio, where I'd interview bands and stuff. I've always been like a natural interviewing and like sharing people's stories, and we just caught wind. So I messaged him and said, "Hey, it'd be cool if I come meet up," and we met up.
Yeah, cool.
And back then, that was like before a lot of the hype. Actually, 2007 was like the first.
Yeah,
the
pre Netflix.
Yeah. How is that? Is that a thing amongst you guys saying pre Netflix or pre?
No. I mean, in like the graph of the popularity of the show, I think Netflix was responsible for making it explode. It was popular by season 7 in 2007, but more in Canada. I don't think it had like burst out too international yet. Although there was some I believe. But yeah, I mean, like Netflix really fired. I think
the scope of the target audience, I guess.
Yeah,
you could say.
I think it's basically it's in every country, with Netflix more or less. I'm guessing.
Have you traveled to any of other countries, like maybe while you were doing Europe shows or anything like that? Did you get a chance to do any traveling with those ones?
I never got to go to any other countries with the boys. I travel in the winter, like often, like go somewhere cheap and like, you know, not too cold, basically. Also not too warm.
Hey, smart, man.
I'm a
That's
bit
smart.
picky. But I did get to go to Barbados. Was it Barbados? No, Bahamas with the boys on the Trailer Park Boys cruise in 2019, which was pretty awesome. They floated the idea of taking me on tour, but it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
My suitcase is packed though, boys. I'm ready to go.
Would it be you and Corey per se as like a comedy duo, or would it be just you, or would it be?
I think they'd like to bring like they probably want to have me and Corey. I'm guessing that might be part of the issue. Like Corey's pretty busy these days, or you know, has, let's just say, a less flexible schedule than me.
He, contrary to what people might know, he does a lot of other stuff, doesn't he? Directs and
like writes and
yeah,
shit I don't even know about. I'm sure.
Well,
But yeah, he's pretty busy, I think.
what was it he just released, or last year or something, or something cop, or
Yeah, Black Cop, maybe. I think that was like a number of years ago now. But he's been living like at least part-time down in New York, I believe, and in Toronto. Big,
Cool.
you know, big fancy cities.
Right, that's cool. And sorry, folks, I know that you're asking questions. Waylon, if you can pop a couple questions, not so much the comments, but just someone's got his question up on the screen. That way, Jacob can see the question on his screen too. I get taken up at looking over here, and then I forget to look at the questions. And but someone asked how animated series.
The animated series Facebook user was I mean, it was cool to do, but it was weird. Like just being in a dark room with a microphone and a script is way different from like being on set where there's like it looks like the stuff's actually happening.
That was Mikhail Suter, I believe, with that question.
Awesome, Mikhail, what's up? So yeah, I mean, it was cool, but I preferred like the live action stuff. It's easier to sort of get into character, like when you're sort of there, like, and stuff's actually happening rather than trying to like imagine it.
And I would say it's probably way more fun too. Like it's you know, like way more fun.
It is, yeah. It's fun. Ooh, I just hit my microphone.
It's all good. Are you going to be in the new season? I would say.
I would. Yeah, they filmed a third jail season in April, and yeah, I was in for a couple days. Saw woohoo! Yeah, saw Corey and Gina Trinity, and yeah, was getting up to some shenanigans. So yeah, it was good to know I haven't been killed off, and there's plans for another season in the park as well. And I expect I'll be, you know, like getting up to no good and getting shit blamed on me. And who knows, you know, the usual.
That's awesome.
Mo might be a troublesome teenager by this point. Preteen.
Oh, might be. Who knows? That sounds very, very awesome. The last thing I've watched, I don't know if you remember the last, you know, because like you said, you don't watch. It's not something you throw on all the time. Like, I gotta watch this now.
I'm super far behind. I really got to rewatch.
My last thing I watched by coincidence was you're like, you unplug the clocks? What time is it? I gotta go to work. You're
Oh man,
you string and shit, like just waking up, fucking like I'm dying at this stuff, right? Because like acting this out, you guys must be having a ball. Like when someone cut, let's do this, run it back. But like the cut probably means now you get a chance to crack up fucking laughing because you're like, that was hilarious. What's that? Like
it is, yeah. Like holding off laughter till the scene is done is
I'm dying.
Is important.
When you're walking down the street, like rushing to do the deodorant at the same time. Like Ricky's like trying to get me for to be a man. I'm dying. Like that's the last thing I want, pretty much.
Yeah, that was a funny. I think it was just like basically, I guess me, Trinity, and Mo were just in a little closet of a room. Yeah. Yeah, that was funny.
And the whole other, like the kitchen and the fucking thing is all like a store, pretty much.
Okay, that was when, the before weed dispensaries were cool.
I'm dying.
Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, so much fun stuff. Like, so many scenes like that are fun, and like I'm a sort of like a fairly like not a particularly what's the word I'm looking for, like exhibitionist type, but like for the camera I'm happy to like I'm professional enough to do what's asked of me. They often give me an option like you don't have to wear the bikini briefs or banana hammock, but
right,
you'd like it to, and I'm like I am. Why not? For the laughs.
Like the banana hammock. Like it was funny because that's what I got from it was the closet part. I'm like, you guys live in a closet. The whole family lives.
I think I did have some nude underwear on underneath that actually, because maybe it was too risque on its own.
Gotcha.
Come to think of it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, they didn't focus on my junk, so it was just like all part of the flow.
Do you remember the first? I guess you would remember. Like you got a brain and fucking whatnot. But like, what was your first? The first episode when you came in. Like, were you in the first episodes? I'm stretching.
I was. I mean, like in the first bunch of years, I was just like in once or twice per season. But I was in the first episode of the first season, as sort of chance would have it.
Yeah, because I know you're here and there. Fucking store clerk, I believe. Store clerk.
That's right. Yeah, it was when Cyrus and Ricky meet. I do remember that, although it is kind of surprising considering all the weed I've smoked between then and now. But yeah, I can remember. I was pretty nervous that day, like having a camera and having to do stuff on command, like giving talks in class. Often I would like totally get lightheaded, like performance anxiety, basically stage fright, and like get weak in the knees. So it took some getting used to, being in front of the camera. And I was not used to it, like in the early days, especially.
I love the episode of Ricky Almost Kills You because you were allergic to dogs and all dogs, and we all knew, and we all know you're an alien. Just admit it.
I will admit nothing.
Wait, Malin, you got a picture. I sent you a picture on Instagram of that. One of my other one of my favorite moments, really. And was it Walker Zombie?
I've just been working on this print today. This screen print. It's Julian as like a lobster alien.
More layers on it yet, or?
It's got this. This is it. This is 3 layers, so it's basically done.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh, here's the picture. Oh, that's not the one.
Sorry.
Yeah. That's by the artists over at Eastside Games.
Yeah,
They got some good artists over there.
Tell me again which one you're looking for. Sorry.
The Zombie one with the hockey card.
Ooh. Was it one that you from my Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, those were a couple of cards that some dude, like I think, made up himself, like in Photoshop or whatever, and then sent to me to get signed. But it's a great idea. I'm going to like make my own version of those.
This is what you were talking about.
That's when, that's when I was allergic to puppies, and may or may not be an alien. I can't confirm or deny anything.
And the other one,
they shaved my head sort of in patches, and then they saved a bit to glue on there, or maybe they even like didn't quite shave that off yet, just for the last scenes before it all fell out. That was pretty well done. I look fucked.
It did look. That was actually, I remember in the questions, it was something about the hair makeup, and I was going to ask you if you had shaved your head to like reflect this look, or did they glue little pieces or whatever? Because after that,
they shaved it basically, but saved some chunks to glue on for like for a progression into illness or whatever it is. Fuck upness.
How many times did you call the cops on Ricky and Bubbles and Julian before you were dating Trinity? It's going to be hard to count how many times, I'd imagine, but a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a fraught relationship.
Out of all it, now I'm thinking about it, out of all the people on the show, you're one of the characters that have evolved right through, through the whole thing, through different character types, and right now, to most of the viewers, you're front runner in the main characters because you're Mo's dad, right? So it's
a solid supporting character, at least like in some seasons in the park.
Yeah, that's because
it's crazy. It's not something I ever thought would happen. Like I'm just a regular dude, like smoking joints, just trying to get by, basically. But it's it's like a pretty trippy, like part-time job. Sort of like Trailer Park, or sort of like Jacob Collins of Trailer Park Boys. There's various parallels between our lives, but I've worked many jobs over the years. Thankfully, I don't have 7 jobs right now, but I got a few. That's for sure.
Right.
Oh, and like I guess being an artist, small business, person, there's like many aspects to that. It feels like I got 7 friggin' jobs.
Kind of the Jacob Collins thing. How long have you been doing like art? Because I mean, that's been around probably longer.
I started when I moved to St. John's in 2007, and I was down on what house? Where did I live on? I should remember this. Prospect Street, like right downtown. Short little 1-block street. And I had space for a studio, so I had a studio in the basement that was down on the alley back there, and learned how to screen print. I had taken a course previously, but learned how to sort of hone my skills, and that's when I was doing posters for the Idlers. And I've been doing it sort of on and off, or like full time, part time since then. But I've been doing it more like full time, and for the past 3-4 years, kind of thing. Like, I guess in part because I've had to step it up with the art during COVID to bring in the cash when Trailer Park Boys acting money dried up.
Yeah,
I mean, it's like lots of years I wouldn't get tons from that, but it would be an important part of getting by in the year. Some art, some Trailer Park Boys, woohoo.
And so speaking of your art, someone had a question. I'm trying to remember what the question was. On a blank. Oh, I remember now. Your newest project. What is, someone wanted me to ask you about your newest project and your art stuff. What is it you're working on there for your art? And I know you.
I'll talk about it a bit. Like, at this point, I'm playing around with some different colors. So with screen printing, as you may or may not know, it's like screens are like fancy stencils, and there's a different screen for every color in the print. It's funny because it's backwards in the thing. I'm having a hard time adjusting. So I've been playing around with some different color combos. So here's one with hot pink and a metallic silver kind of background. Oh, this way. So here's one I popped into a frame that's this is like a 2-color version. But yeah, I was just fucking around. I've got this like monthly sort of Patreon. It's basically like a print club where people pay a monthly fee. There's some different tiers, and I mail out art or stickers or whatever every couple of months when I'm on schedule. I'm pretty off schedule right now, so it's like Stoner's Patreon.
But that's so. How do people find that?
That is, what's that? What do I call that? Well, it's the Dirty Burger Print Club is what it's called.
Cool.
I've got some kind of hyperlink to it, but I can't remember what that is. Onlybams.com maybe. I think it's onlybams.com.
Onlybams.com.
And it's probably got like I haven't used that in so long. It's probably onlybaams.com. Someone tell me if it works.
So is because I know I sent you an email. So is your website baams.ca?
Just bam.ca is a hyperlink to it. Yeah, baam.ca. And yeah, you can find art and a bunch of stuff there. I got my art on t-shirts. Like this t-shirt's got like a bunch of joints on it.
Because I know I checked something out when I was you click on it, takes you somewhere and I seen a bunch of your designs and a bunch of your shirts and stuff.
Yeah. So that's one of my many jobs is web designer and web keeper upper.
One of my
it's easier said than done sometimes, boy.
One of my friends, one of my readers is actually from a group. I'm a Hot Wheels nerd now, apparently, and I collect Hot Wheels.
I saw some pictures. You were doing some nice glamour shots down in the harbor.
I like those.
Looking
ones.
good.
And so the friend out here, Riley, he's like, "Man, what a legend you have on tonight." So must be a great fan.
What up? Thank you.
So it's like an alternate universe where he changes from sexy lobster fisherman to sexy lobster ?
So basically I was just like reimagining like like on the website there's a bunch of like art, but like there's a page of Trailer Park Boys themed prints. There's also like non-Trailer Park Boys themed stuff. Some of it's weed themed still, but some of it's like not even weed or Trailer Park Boys themed. Art. 3 types of art. But yeah, sometimes I just get high and get funky. Since I'm like trying to do prints for the Dirty Burger Print Club, which is sort of like Trailer Park Boys themed, often I'm doing like a Trailer Park Boys themed one here. And so after this I'm gonna do a Ricky and a Bubbles one of them as aliens on like some kind of weird planets. So I'll have a series of at least 3. Who knows? Maybe I'll run with it and do some other characters too. But yeah, he's and I guess because Nova Scotia loves lobsters. Gosh, at first he just had regular hands. He was sort of a cat Julian at first, and then I was like, oh, I'm gonna like make take off the cat ears and do these like whatever tendril like ice or whatever headstock things. Then 2 eyes became 1 eye. Then his hand, he was just waving with a regular hand, and then it turned into a big lobster claw. So yeah, it was a progression of me just smoking a joint and having a ball, basically. He's got space rum there. I don't know if the resolution's good enough, but it's like a floating space rum bottle.
Yeah. It's the season where he was poaching lobsters. He caught something, and he's half lobster now.
That's right. The lobster aliens didn't like it and decided to either teach him a lesson or educate him on. It'd be cool to do some wacky cartoons, like sort of basic animation. You
got to show him some of Ricky's car. Oh yeah. Do you have a picture of it, Riley? Can you send Waylon a picture of it? Waylon's the guy out here. Oh, Waylon can't comment. Shit. I guess you're gonna have to send me the picture. and I'll forward it. But you send me the picture. Someone in our diecast group, in our nerd diecast group, made Ricky's car.
Oh, no way.
I want to bring it up on the screen to show you.
Wow, that's awesome.
Also bring up picture. Before we get too far ahead, I wanted to show you another picture. I mean, it's just a screenshot from the show, but or I think it might be from your Instagram. The one with the burger, Waylon. Picture with the burger. We went and seen Randy's picnic in Grand Falls here when it was here. Yeah.
Oh, nice. When did he pass through? Yeah, that was a fun. That whole season was super fun. Like being in the woods, and then like being in recovery from being in the woods. So ridiculous. Randy jumping the cheeseburger.
Fuck, when? I don't know, like a couple months ago when he was doing when he was passing through.
Okay, so yeah, fairly recently.
Yeah, it was cool, and I got to. Now I tell you, it was kind of sneaky what I did. We there were like 6 or 8 people that got scammed for tickets, and we showed. Oh yeah, and they were like, your tickets actually are fake. And we're like, what? I fucking freaked out because I was like, man, I get to go out one fucking night out of a year and a half. Like, we had a kid, we don't get to go out much, so I fucking got freaked out.
Did you have one of the fake tickets?
Yeah, me and the wife, she bought them for my birthday.
Brutal.
So what? The promoter put us right on the side of the stage. We got to watch from the side of the stage and like blah blah blah. And I had, prior to this, when I was in St. John's doing the interviews, we got to hang out, me and my buddy, my photographer buddy, with John. And so I got a picture of me with John and Pat just kind of hanging out in the lobby or whatever. And it was
right on.
The last time he was in Newfoundland. So I was like, I just want to show him this picture, right? So I got in the VIP lineup, not to get anything out of it, just to show him this picture, right? And so I got up to the front. I'm like, hey, man, remember me? Like the promoter guys, like, you remember me? We have one of the fake tickets and shit. Like, I don't actually have a VIP pass or nothing, or wristband, but I just wanted to show him this. Right? So showed him the picture, and we had a handshake and a laugh, and I went on my way. And yeah, it was a really good show to see him there, and apparently he said that this was it was the fastest sellout show of all of his tours. He's like, we put the tickets up, this show sold out the fastest. So that was pretty cool.
Where are you? I think you just said it, and I should know. It's Grand Falls. When?
Yeah, I'm close to Grand Falls. I'm actually in
that area. Yeah, I don't know Newfoundland that well. Like I was living in St. John's, and I did drive across like once to go camping in Grossmore and back, but I didn't get to explore the province much at all. I'd love to come back and like do a nice long road trip.
It's nice, man. We did the Grossmore thing a few years back. The girlfriend took me, and she's like, we're going, and I was like, wicked, and it was the best fucking time of my life, man. Did you see the arches? Did you stop at the arches? The rock that kind of looked like McDonald's, not McDonald's, like it had holes in it and a big rock in the ocean, and you can stand on the rock and look through.
I don't remember that. We went camping up in the tablelands a bit.
Yep.
And it was nuts. It was like being on another friggin' planet. And also like the weather was fucking insane, at least like some of the time. Remember the tent just like almost collapsing. And then we went down along the coast as well. We went down along the coast as well, like green fields or green lands, a trail. So yeah, I don't remember any arches per se, but I could easily have forgotten the detail. Although arches do sound pretty memorable.
Vikings? Did you go where the Vikings were or whatever?
No, is that like in or around Grossmore Park?
I think it was Lawns and Meadows. I don't remember.
Is that, that might be further north, eh?
I think so.
Yep. No, I didn't get
Seeing
to explore. We were gonna like camp like backcountry for something like 5 days or a week, but we didn't pass the orienteering test just to be let loose in the tablelands because it's such like confusing landscape. It's easy to get lost, and yeah, we didn't instill confidence in the warden. So we were allowed to go in a little bit, but yeah, not like do this like sort of longer traverse. Which was probably for the best, frankly. But it was super awesome, man. I'd love to go back up there. It was so cool.
We got a picture of the mobile. Did you get it, Waylon? I'm sure. And you got a couple other pictures that I picked up there. Oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
so
gorgeous.
This guy in the die cast takes these die casts. I guess this would have been like a regular die cast that had paint and looked nice and fucking whatever.
Like
and
just
he does this too.
A little mini one, like a little Matchbox kind of car size, or bigger. It's so detailed. It looks like it could be a big model, but JFrost has gone sideways and silent.
Yeah, we lost him. I'm here with you.
Do you know, is that a diecast or what? Like how big diecast?
One moment, and I'll come up on screen.
I'm guessing diecast is just those little tiny ones, like the Hot Wheels or Matchbox, which makes it extra super impressive.
I think those are bigger, like a model car, but I'm not 100% sure. There he is.
Either way, mwah, chef's kiss. Take an opportunity to hit the bomb. Good thinking.
Right.
I'm gonna roll up a joint on that note.
Did we?
I was working.
Did I put a numbers thread up, Waylon? Did I do that at the beginning? No.
Pretty sure you did.
What's a numbers thread?
Well, so I put up a numbers thread for everybody to put a number in from 1 to 100, and then at the end we spin a wheel, and if we get an exact number, they win some stickers from the show. And I think we've been like, they've been too enamored with watching the show that no one put their number in. I think.
So, how big was that little model car? Is it like Hot Wheels size, or is it a bigger size model?
The fourth die cast.
So yeah, how big is?
That's Hot Wheels size, yeah.
It is Hot Wheels size, yeah. Wow.
News to me.
That's fucking awesome.
Bigger size. I thought it was like 1/24th, which would be this. I'm fooled now.
Yeah. I used to do like plastic models when I was a kid, and I assume you can get big metal ones too. But yeah. That's little die-cast cars.
Well, so plastic models are 1/24th.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Did you get a chance to see the real size replica or whatever that was driving around out east?
I saw Mike Raspberry and his shipmobile when I was in London last summer. He showed up at the I was doing some meet and greets around some different dispensaries, and he showed up in London where he lives with the car. So yeah, it was awesome. I'd met him previously. He came and visited set like in season like 5 or 7 or something.
Yeah.
So but yeah, it's a really impressive car, that thing. And it's roadworthy, which is, very much unlike the real shipmobile. So yeah, very impressive indeed.
I'm trying to think of what I had. While my phone bugged out there, I should have checked my notes for the questions.
Yeah, it's tough when you only got one phone.
Yeah, I mean, we make do around here. Is what I've been doing for years.
At least it works. You got a backup,
right?
non-echoey option to talk on.
I didn't hear it, but I've been on lives before where it was echo on my side, and I'm like, oh no, this must sound horrible to these guys. Like
It is. It's best to take steps to eliminate it, even if it costs you your notes.
it's true though. Cameron, I asked a question, but you disappeared. What's your question, Cameron? And we'll bring it up on the screen.
I have a quick question. Are the weed shops in Newfoundland like in the liquor stores, or are they more private kind of like licenses?
So, okay, I actually work at one every Sunday.
Yeah, well, right man to ask.
There's probably, it's gone up, and I don't want to put an exact number on it, but there's not many independent shops. Most of them are either chains or big box type shops, or right in the, like you said, tobacco. You can buy it in the Dominion tobacco store. When they legislated that,
Okay.
was like, well, guess what? We sell tobacco and cigars. We're going to apply for this license.
Yeah.
It rolled it out in like places like Dominion, who have tobacco shops, Sobeys, different places, and some Irvings were able to make what's called a green stop. I think it was Irving or whatever.
No way.
And they have a side or a separate entrance from the gas station, and they applied for a license. Again, the same building.
I'm gonna look that up quick.
Yeah,
Don't mind me on my phone. Irving Green Stop.
Yeah, there's green stops. There's probably like 6 or 8 of them across the island. 3 or 4. I'm not really sure, but it's the green stop. So you pull into the Irving. There's one in Deer Lake. I'm sure you know where Deer Lake is. There's one there. So you pull into the Irving, you can get your gas, walk out of there, go around the side, go into another door, and there's a green stop and buy your weed. Or you could go to Dominion, one of the big places like Grand Falls or whatever, and go into the smoke shop and buy your weed there. Or you could visit shops in St. John's that are kind of like ours. Like, so ours is called the Hollow Noggin, and it is an offshoot from the Hollow Noggin vape store. Like, I call it tobacco vapes. The only way I can tobacco vape, because people walk in and they come into the wrong shop.
Yeah.
Corner. And but we've got like 20 Hollow Noggin tobacco vape shops across the island. And the boss decided, you know what, I'm going to apply for a license at this one spot, open weed store. So we're not under like any tier of Dominion or whatever. Our manager can actually go through the list and order what he wants. Some shops are mandated to order certain things, and like Atlantic Canada, love them, God love them, you know, like they're good. I wear their hat all the time. He's got a giant facility here. But they furbish their own shops too. We order their product because it's on the available list. They mostly furbish their shops with their product.
Yeah.
And then there's various shops in St. John's, you know, on Water Street and whatever. There were Tweed. Tweed was in a bunch of places across Newfoundland, but I think they folded, so Tweed disappeared everywhere. We have like Oceanic Relief is another big one. They have a drive-through somewhere out in St. John's. You can drive up, lock a window, and get your weed. They hand it out, and you drive away.
Yeah, it seems kind of nuts,
right?
I guess you'd presumably have to go and put it in your trunk to avoid getting pulled over by the cops and getting a ticket potentially.
Well, the rule of thumb is, from what I understand, is out of reach. So if you can prove that it's out of reach,
so throwing it to the back window might be good enough. Like,
yeah, egg in your backpack in the back window, where you can't reach it. But I mean, if you have a medicinal license, then it could be anywhere, really. Like, you know, it's
sure, yeah, that would be good to have.
So, but it's not as I think.
Here in Scotia, the only shops that you can buy weed recreationally, there might be a couple of specialty ones for people with licenses, but they're all attached to liquor stores basically. So it's like they're government run, not just licensed, and so they're pretty few and far between. If you're not in Halifax or the other main centers, which there aren't that many of, or they're all relatively small, and not every. Like I'm in Bridgewater, or not in Bridgewater, like close to Bridgewater, a couple hours outside Halifax.
Yep.
And then it'd be another like hour and a half maybe to get to Yarmouth, like the far west part of the province. And there's probably only a couple weed stores, maybe a few between here and there. I could be wrong. Like maybe they are expanding them now. Hopefully I'm wrong, like for the sake of everybody. But
Cannabis, what is it? Cannabis Nova Scotia or
yeah, something like that.
and the one in New Brunswick's Cannabis NB or some shit like that, or
And yeah, I think there too, they're also attached to or no, they're standalone stores, but they're like very much government run, I think. Yeah, like it's not independent sort of people who've gotten licenses and chains the way it is in Ontario. And yes, sounds like Newfoundland as well. But I like the sounds of it because I've been doing meet and greets at dispensaries in Ontario over the past like few years here and there. And I could do one across Newfoundland. Maybe a good way to see the province and, help pay for my trip, earn some Skrilla. Smoke 'em if you got them, folks. I'm smoking some government weed right now. A cheap ounce. From the big.
I just had to refresh. No big deal.
Oh yeah, all good. I figured you'd be back.
So this time I checked my notes right quick. I wasn't dumb about it.
Oh, nice, smart man.
And we nailed them all except for one question, and it was from Debbie Giffen.
Debbie,
he said to ask you about the hot box at Harvest Fest.
Oh, holy fuck, man! Yeah, that was nuts. I can't remember the was it Bob's trailer? Man, my brain got like blasted by so much weed in there. Yeah, there was this trailer like
Happy Camp.
Yeah, the Happy Camper had been modified to party in. Super long bench. But yeah, there was 3 giant weed guns. I'd never experienced one weed gun before, and I think one probably would have gotten the job done. But yeah, they got 3 of them going in there. I was actually like I got a bit nervous before going in. I'd taken like just a pretty small dose of mushrooms, but it was enough that I was like, what if it's so smoky in there that like I start to choke? And I started to almost get a bit nervous, but it was totally fine. It was really smoky, but it wasn't like alarmingly. I didn't feel like my oxygen was being deprived, and I was able to see enough that I didn't like I don't know, panic or anything.
I had another room, and I have what's called the hot box cannon. Actually, I can see it right there.
Yeah, that was awesome.
The hot box cannon, and we've had a couple sessions. And well, I say we, but it was only just me in the room. You know how it works.
Oh yeah.
530 people online watching. I'm like, check out the hot box cannon, and it's like, oh, the epic hot box cannon. Sorry.
But how does that thing work?
So this is one of those. Just pump, throw in fucking 4 cells, D cells, whatever. Take really heavy duty cardboard, like almost sonotube type for some.
Yeah.
And so it just sits on top there. It's like air drawn, but it's good enough that it seals, right? Just put it there. And in the top, you put a tinfoil bowl for all intent and purposes. Let's say it's a tinfoil bowl, and you throw your quarter or half ounce in there, whatever your tinfoil bowl is, and you fucking turn it on, and you go like that. You grab your dab torch, and you just go poof. You give her a little bit of juice, and out comes a steady stream of smoke, and you fill her up. And
is that thing made for burning weed?
No, this is something I made up. You just go get $4 or $5 like air pump
What?
mattress camping and
Like so, like that pump thing's made for like legitimate purposes, so to speak.
yep, legitimate air mattress when you're camping.
Oh, an air. Yeah, okay. I thought it looked familiar. Yeah. Fucking air. It's an air mattress pump. Yeah, cool. So yeah, that's like sounds like it's basically like the weed gun, but less gun shaped.
Yep. Well, I mean, you could install that into a gun. You know what I mean? You could
Yep.
arc like all of a sudden.
I mean, you can make a fucking weed anything, like a weed like cat, a weed billowing cat.
Make it look like yeah, cat blowing. That'd be awesome. Like, which end would you have to? I don't know.
Yeah, get fun with it. Yeah. You could, yeah, really, you'd want to.
Oh, Ron,
All kinds of fun.
gonna
Hey, I got to run and hit the rock up piss real quick. But I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, on. Cheers.
We're I was just about to tell everybody, anyways, we're going to take off real soon because it's 12:14 and we've been here for the hour. I'd imagine. I can't remember. I don't see how long it's been because I can't see the numbers tonight. But we're going to take off soon, and I'm going to rock your question, Ron, as soon as he gets back from rocking the piss. Is Sebastian Bach as chaotic to be around as it seems? Ha! All right, we're going to get that one in there too. Bradley Kinchin, how are you? There are a couple spots we'll deliver to your house, Jacob, right? We got to get Jacob on the tip. You're very welcome, Ron. I've had a lot of fun despite the few difficulties in technical. No big deal. You want to bring up those other 2 or 3 pictures we had there too. I'm not sure what they were. We seen the hamburger.
Oh, yeah, that's better. Woo!
Yeah, man. So,
I was holding her in there.
yeah, there we go. So just a couple took off the Instagram for you guys to check out.
Yeah. I actually made a screen print of that one kicking around. My studio. I'm sitting amongst. You can see some of it behind me, but it's pure chaos in all directions.
Chaos. Actually, that's a good way to the question. I gotta do it for Cameron. He said, "Is Sebastian Bach as chaotic to be around as Dean?"
Yeah, he's. I mean, there's definitely some chaos energy in there, but also like I don't know, like star energy or alpha personality energy or whatever it is. But yeah, like maybe it's like high quality drug personality or power or some combination of all those things.
And
Yeah, like high energy, kind of like on dude. Although I mean, from what I remember, we only sort of crossed paths, relatively briefly. Yeah, like he was friendly and awesome. I'm fucking around.
Yeah.
I was just watching Out of the Park with the Boys. Is it that like one of those series? I think it must have been that they were in Europe and Sebastian Bach turned up just on a boat in Amsterdam with a couple of like sort of groupie type like Sebastian Bach babes. It was awesome.
Didn't know which way it was going, and I don't know. I loved it too. It was great. It was a great season.
It's really well done, for what must only be like a couple of takes. Like they're going to be doing 5, 10 takes of those things. Like it could be one take. A lot of that stuff. I wouldn't be surprised.
We got a 2-part question for our last thing, and we all got to take off really because we've been here for an hour. And you know what? I want to say that I'm extremely appreciative for you coming on and taking out of your day to hang out in the corner. And have
that pleasure's mine. It's been great to hang out.
I know a few people were extremely excited to watch. Like Justin Jenkins out there, he's an extreme Trailer Park Boys fan. Like
Justin, right on. What's up, Justin?
Where did it go? Where did it go? Right there. Is there a specific character or characters that Jacob likes interacting with on the set more than others? Is there any that Jacob doesn't prefer to work with on set? No names are needed. Wrong with the two-part. That's kind of like a one-part question, but you baited him in the part for like someone he doesn't like. I'm sure.
Yeah, no, I don't. I can't think of any. Yeah, like there was no problems with anybody that I can recall. That would certainly be the diplomatic thing to say as well. But yeah, no, like for reals, it's.
I think
I'm probably. I guess that means I'm the problem, doesn't it? Dun, dun, dun.
I think what he meant was like, in terms of comfortability with acting, was there anyone where you know, I would, if I had to guess, I'd say probably just Corey, because that's where you're in more in some scenes with him, like the flow of acting.
Yeah, I mean, Corey's like definitely like I don't like he's good at improvising or would just go off like a like a machine basically. Whereas I'm not so much like that. So yeah, it'd be good to fill out our sort of character duo that way. But like working with John Dunsworth was like always pretty awesome. And like he would often give me little tips on like how to like sort of react in this in the scene, so it was a bit more realistic or whatever, or stuff like that, which was always super appreciated. And
he was great.
He's such a natural, yeah. And it was like it's almost as if he heightened my abilities just by being in his proximity.
Yeah.
At least he stole the show. He would take the pressure off. If I was fucking up my lines or whatever.
Now that you're bringing back a flood of memories of the show from him, like, and he was great, like the liquor nerf and fucking
the liquor snurf.
he was all blue and shit. Like, that's hilarious.
No, it's fun. Like it's always mayhem on set, or so often, and it's always something fucked up's going on, and so yeah, they're all a pleasure to work with.
That's awesome. Well, we're gonna say goodbye, I think, and if there's anywhere people that you prefer people to check out your Instagram or anything you got going on local and you want to promote that, let us know.
Yeah. Check out my Instagram, Jacob Collins TPB, or my website, BAAAM.ca, if you so desire. And maybe see you on the road sometime. I want to do more touring in the future, so I like life on the road. Less responsibilities,
That's awesome.
Leave all my bills at home.
Let them build up in the mailbox.
Exactly. Out of sight, out of mind.
All right. Well, I'll give you one. Bam!
Right on. Bam. JFrost. It's been fun times.
Likewise, definitely a good time, folks. Show us some hearts in the comment section, and we're going to take off. It ain't all peaches and cream. I really appreciate it, Jacob. Later, y'all.
Right on. Bam, everybody. Later.
It ain't all peaches and cream, and everything ain't as cool as it seems. Another day, another
I'm not a fool going to school without dreams. I'm not attracted to the shine and the gleam. Don't chop my life on a dream made with triple beams. Simple it seems, but really complex. Like we're going wrong, but ain't gone yet. Cause we're staying strong like when you lose pets. And I lived it once and it sucked at best. It was a test of a real life situation. You won't prevail if complain is your occupation. Can't you see? Life is out there waiting. Don't let it expire, cause you know that it's after dating. Going bad from overexposure. Sitting in the back hurting like a broken molar. If there is a black curtain, close it cause I'm cold here. Eating peaches and cream and I ain't got no fear. Cause
it ain't all peaches and cream, and everything ain't as cool as it seems. Another day, another time, another feeling that I put down in rhyme.
Hey yo, pass the cream, this is Georgia made. I know I just got paid, I'm still broke for days. And then we smoke away till they close the gates. Give me an open beer and we can close the case. Cause life is sour with a potent taste. Because you're barely 25, feeling old and gray. Just barely getting by, getting blown away. Just barely getting by's getting overplayed. It ain't peaches and cream, or so they say. We keep the sweet and cut the mold away. And you better hold fast to them golden days. Having a ball till it all just rolled away. When you think you got it all, it gets stolen away. And it all comes down to that broken phrase. It ain't peaches and cream, or so they say. And if it is, then it's probably on a broken plate.
It ain't all peaches and cream, and everything ain't as cool as it seems. Another day, another time, another feeling that I put down in rhyme. It ain't all peaches and cream, and everything ain't as cool as it seems. Another day, another time, another feeling that I put down in rhymes. It ain't all peaches and cream, and everything ain't as cool as it seems. Another day, another time, another feeling that I put down in rhymes.
thank you for watching Cannabis Corner by JFrost.